I'm recording, so thank you for helping me try to get this response. So can you explain to me this redesign? How
Yeah, for sure. So it seems like the initial problem is that there's this drop-down field on the donation page that becomes difficult to sort of discover the different scholarships because the list gets if once it gets elongated, it might be hard to like find different scholarships, and so it's understandable why you might not want to add so many to a drop-down because that's typically not the way we use
Mhm.
drop-down.
Yeah.
And so I'll kind of show you two approaches. One I think is more a little extreme, but I think more in line with how we navigate web-like experiences for donations or purchases, which is kind of the two-step flow. It seems like the issue right now is that there's just a bit of challenge with discoverability around all the different scholarship options. And
Mhm.
so if we can sort of rely on a couple of different ways to reduce the list. First, do possibly a search. So if users are familiar with a particular like scholarship they're looking for, they could simply search for it. Or if they want to maybe scope the list down by category, so maybe they're particularly interested in serving a particular audience or major or whatever the categories could be created. And what that could do is like scope down the list of scholarships to those that are relevant to what the user is looking for. And then now we kind of solve the problem of not needing to use a drop down, but also kind of familiar or going with a familiar pattern that we typically have with purchasing flows online, where you click the button to donate, and
Mhm.
you kind of add it to your cart in some senses. And what happens in this page is
Oh,
then you pay.
and can you go back just for one sec? I just want to point something. So with this, but you still have that. What I like about this possibility,
Mhm.
you still have that search. So if you absolutely know, and like a long name scholarship like mine, if you know, you can do that. But if not, or if this category thing was, you can what I understand is you could rearrange the scholarships by using this option if you include that, or if neither one of those are there or a combination, you have these icons with the scholarships, and then you can still scroll through them. I like
Mhm.
it because it's more visual and it's not just like a whole line of text.
For sure. And there's also
I
ability to like
appreciate
maybe
it.
add descriptions as well in case you want to talk about why the scholarship exists, and that could help people make
Okay,
decisions as well.
cool.
And the second approach, oh, sorry, maybe.
No. Hmm.
Okay. So second approach is a little more minimal and something that could probably be implemented fairly easily, which is just kind of adding a primary like drop down within the existing drop downs, more of this parent category, where in order to sort of reduce the possibility of the scholarship list getting really long, essentially adding a category to filter them before you see the second list, which makes it easier to navigate, but then again, kind of relies on the user to kind of scope for themselves and only pertain themselves to the options that they're interested in. So easy enough to just add another drop down.
Yes. Well, thank you. I knew you would be able to give me some ideas to bring back. And there was something on this one, the categories. Oh, even what I just thought about is, even if you have that search box, like you could possibly just insert like a short little video if people had to search, or like, this is how you use this page. Is that I'm just like, if you had like no budget and couldn't do anything, and you
Hmm.
stuck with that, you could at least say, this is how you use it if people need that. But I'm just throwing that out there because I want to feel like I contributed. But thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.